My biggest regret of my YouTube channel is that I didn't start it early enough. Basically, I've been building Mocs for a very long time, but I've only got pictures of them from the last year or so there's no way for me to show you my old stuff. Until now. On a recent trip to my grandmother's house, I found my old LEGO collection. Now this isn't the LEGO collection you see me with most of the time, which I build all my Mocs with. This is just a smaller bunch of parts that I played with whenever I was over there. It both contains stuff when I was young and also some really old stuff like this old Legoland boat here, which I found was from the 1970s. It also had a bunch of instruction manuals from around the time when I was there. But most excitingly, I found some of my very oldest Mocs there, which means that I built these almost a decade ago and they're still together now. And it truly is a case of the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's finally time to show them to you. First up, rolling in, we've got this thing. I've already completely lost for words on how to describe this. Here we've got some kind of yellow van. You can see there's some crazy techniques going on with how it's constructed. It's got a very nice driver there with some lovely hair. And yeah, it rolls, I guess. You can pop a wheelie just to spin it around. It's got a sticker on the side of it, which should probably not be there. And yeah, it's got a nice little blue roof. There's not really a ton to say, rather than this is a horrific piece of garbage, particularly. But then, I guess if I built it when I was 8 years old, then it's maybe not as bad. But if we keep going through this video, you can see that my building skills do get slightly better than this thing here. Anyway, moving on. Slightly better, we've got this thing. Again, I don't know what to say. There's this character in it. I think this was from a time before LEGO minifigures existed. I think this is from my dad's old collection of LEGO. But yeah, you can see it's very sturdy on the bottom with tons of nice... I don't know what to say. The blue and red color scheme looks like makes it look like a Spider-Man vehicle or something like that. There's a boot in it, I guess. Yeah. The hair moves. Sorry, this is just so weird. It's got quite the construction to it. I guess it's got some angles and yeah, I'm lost for words for this. It's not as bad as the last one, but it's still not great. The last Moc here is the one which I think is actually somewhat good, at least considering that being this red and black spaceship type thing here. You can see it's got actual details on it and some style, I guess. Like, I think this is the one I by far put the most effort into. Knowing me at the time, this probably took me about 6 months to build or something like that, but it's got something going on, at least. I think this took some inspiration from the Atlantis theme, because this, like, triangle section somewhat here, I think is taken directly from a set. And so I think the color scheme is Atlantis derivative, besides the trans-neon green. It's got this like back compartment with a crystal in there, I think. So maybe something went in the back here at some point. But yeah, when you look at it from this angle, it does look like a complete mess, and I'll hold my hands up to that. But, you know, against the other two Mocs, I think this is by far the best one. Look, there's even some snot going on in the back. Look at that. Who could have guessed? It's got some rockets on the side. It's got, you know, flick fire missiles. I think there's 4 flick fire missiles in this thing, which are pretty cool. I like that engine detail at the top. The driver isn't great, but, you know, it's got stuff going on. There's some engines underneath the wings. There's some layering with some wedge plates. And if you look at, like, the actual seat there, it's got an actual headrest, which I think is quite neat. Yeah, it's symmetrical, which is what you want out of a spaceship, I suppose. The color scheme's consistent, only using 3 main colors, even if it does look particularly blocky. But yeah, it works, I think. Just showing it around to you to try and get the best angles here. Again, it's sturdier than the other two. Like, there's some technique going on in the bottom here. I don't know how well that's connected, but it's something. Like, the other two were literally just bricks on top of bricks on top of bricks. You can see the front here has a nice, like, shaping to it. There's some, like, kind of front guns. And when you look at it at this angle, you can tell the type of spaceship it is. Again, the side view makes it look not too great, but you can swoosh it. It's got some good swooshability to it, which is what you want from a spaceship. It's got that back thruster section, and it's pretty neat. There's no control panel in there or anything, but it works, I think it's fair to say. Yeah, you can see those bits at the front are not actually connected, which are nice, but yeah, not too shabby if I do say so myself, but I think for when I built this when I was around 8 or something like that, it's not too bad. I could have certainly done worse. And as you can see, I have done worse. But yeah, this is basically it. This is my best Lego Mock, I guess, when I was 8 years old. I don't know if I was building better stuff than this, but at the time, this was my best work. But there you have it. These are my mocks, which I built when I was like 8 years old or something like that. I'm not sure of my exact age, but I was certainly young. There's this horrific, terrible thing, which we just won't talk about. It's quite horrific. There's this main spaceship, which I do like. It's actually got some weight to it as well, which is not too bad for the time. But yeah, I think when you compare the stuff I was doing then to what I'm doing now, I think I've made somewhat of an improvement, hopefully, especially with the models on the left and right, but yeah. Let me know what you think about this video. I had a lot of fun making it, just seeing my old stuff and bringing back a lot of fond memories of the past. So if you like this video, like the video. That's what the like button's there for. Comment your favourite of the 3 mocks. It's got to be the red one. Please say it's this middle one, because if it's the other ones, then I'm doing something wrong. And let me know if you do see some kind of improvement today. Like, look at this thing on the left. It's just horrific. Let's just get rid of that thing, you know, just put it off. There you go. Right. But yeah. And subscribe if you're new, if you want to see my slightly better mocks than here. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to make. Thank you so much for watching, as always. I really do appreciate it, and goodbye.